19 now. Before I started boxing, I was in the streets and stuff. Cause I grew up in Inglewood. I've been living in Inglewood for 19 years. Like, I lost my big brother on the street, so it really tore me down when I was little. It made me start like making bad choices and getting into the wrong things. Then as I started getting older, and like a lot of people that I was in like 7th and 8th grade with started dying. In the neighborhood I live in, Inglewood, it's a lot of hatred. You could be with somebody today and tomorrow they'd be dead. That's how it is in Chicago. You ain't even gotta be in no gang to die. It just, anybody could die.
Inglewood police are investigating a shooting.
Someone in a small compact car drove by and fired
gunshots.
Two separate shootings. One deadly.
I met Sally when I was 10 years old. When I first met her, she asked me did I want to join boxing. I never thought about joining boxing. So I was like, I'll give it a try.
I had seen Inglewood on the TV quite a bit, on the news, and knew there was a lot of difficulties out here for children and young people, and I felt that God wanted me to come here, to be honest. I started volunteering at a court-mandated program for boys on probation while their cases were pending. And when I had gone to this place, the gentleman who I had met and had showed me there had told me, oh, you don't want to bother with them. They're a lost cause, they're a waste of time. And all I ever thought was, well, what if people had said that about me? I was appalled at the amount of young men that were going into the system. I started to realize I had found my life calling out here in Inglewood. Started taking boys from elementary school called Henderson Elementary, and the boys that were having a lot of trouble in school, and I started taking them boxing, and I was getting trained along with them. My dream was to build something that would be so effective that law enforcement and juvenile probation would start to look at me and would want to partner with me. A year later, juvenile probation deputy chiefs came in, and I started a partnership with them. The club is youth operated. We have about 19 boys on the payroll right now. That varies a little bit up and down depending on our monthly funding. To be honest, we'd like to employ about a total of 50 boys, but that would take a little bit more money than we have at this time. The closest adult to me is Terrence Davis. I knew him from when he was 12 years old, and when I had started working at the Evening Reporting Center, I became his temporary legal guardian and stayed in that position over the years. And I'm proud to say that he is a great role model.
Look, one of the schools right here. What up, boy? As I was a kid, I grew up in the projects with 4 brothers, man. It was hard to survive down there because a lot of people were selling drugs, a lot of gun banging, everybody was shooting guns and all that type of stuff. So my lifestyle went downhill when my mama went to jail back in probably 2005 or something like that. But I had to go stay with my grandmama in Inglewood, in the Inglewood neighborhood. And she didn't really have no room for me or a lot of money for me to survive, and so I had to come out on the streets, stealing cars, doing a lot of robberies and stuff like that. What's the word? What you doing for Thanksgiving, man? The mama cooking? I had an older brother named Nardo, and he met this lady named Sally. And I like, man, Sally, I'm his little brother, and I need some help. So Sally's like, man, I can have you doing a little cleanup job. And if it wasn't for her, I probably would have been dead right now or in jail for the rest of my life, or murder or something. We started off with like 5 kids throughout the neighborhood. And what we was doing was we was going to schools and passing down flyers and asking kids do they want to come to a boxing program. And then she'd take you out to eat and stuff like that. And that's what she was doing for me. So I felt love, you know what I'm saying? So as I felt the love and stuff, I started to care about it more and more and more. One day I came upstairs and I seen a whole lot of kids. Then I started working with them. I started working around them. I started to get their stories. I started to see how they live, and I started to see how some of them living poor, some of them never not. But I adapted to the boys that was living poor. I adapted to them real fast because they was in the same hole as I was a kid.
Boxing, it shows you how to fight. Like, it teaches you discipline and, what's that word? Confidence. It gives you a lot of confidence. Like, before I was boxing, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. So when I started boxing, I started seeing the confidence more, then I started liking that. So like, I was like, I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna stick with this. And so like, the more and more I come to the gym, the more it helped me make better choices and the more it keep me safe. I be trying to show all the kids something that I learned. I be trying to show them my talent too. So like, so they could stay out the streets too. A lot of the kids, like they grew up just like me. Like, a lot of the kids homeless, a lot of the kids been picked on, stuff like that. They've been through the same thing I've been through, and I be just trying to help them find a way out. Like, I'm trying to find a way out. I'm in the same situation as them. When I'm trading them, nothing else matters. It's like I could be having a bad day, and when I come to the Crusher Club and see all the kids, and they be happy to see me, it's like, it makes my day.
I sit down and talk to them, and I told them about my lifestyle so they can feel more comfortable with coming to the Crushers Club. That's why I talk to the kids, the way I talk to them, I treat them with respect. I show them love. Even if they need somewhere to sleep, if they need some clothes, I buy for them. Because I know I used to go through all that. You got to put your feet down and show them love at the same time.
It's like we're a big family. A family I never had. Because as I was growing up, I ain't really had nobody to like push me and motivate me. And like, I had Sally that'll motivate me through it all. So like, that's what I be trying to do with the younger kids. So.
I started coming with my friend Ivory. He brought me here the first day, and then I liked what they was doing in the ring. And I like boxing because I just like doing it. We learned friendship. We learned how to stay out of trouble. We learned how to communicate to others. Like, no cursing, or we gotta do 25 push-ups or pay $1. And then another thing I like is the way Sally actually give us a moment to like learn stuff every day, learn something new, other than just being on the streets, doing nothing in our life. Like, we can grow up to be what we want.
Crushers Club, like, it changed my whole mindset of what I was at first. Because at first I wanted to be in the streets like everybody else. I had to find myself. And so, like, when I got in Crushers Club, the discipline helped me find myself. Now, I'm a Gold Glove champion and a Junior Olympic champion. I see myself pro. I see myself getting a bigger Crushers Club.